Absolutely nothing justifies this attack.
No one would ever dispute the right for people to have freedom of speech.
The organizers of the Muhammad art exhibit and cartoon
You see, I started watching this video, and at first I was like, oh, wow, they're really standing up for an American ideal, the ideal of free speech.
And it's good to stand by that principle. This violence is horrific and unacceptable.
And the idea that we can't...
They're condemning violence? They're calling violence unacceptable?
Somebody who works in
wow, good job, media.
Wholeheartedly in this right as a fundamental principle.
But
these people,
a big old but.
But I have to ask,
back that butt up.
In some ways, were they asking for some kind of attack?
The meeting was a clear attempt to bait the Muslim community.
Did the Draw Muhammad contest take it too far?
Some people believe they are anti-Muslim. Many Muslims, they would find that
you can't hold a drawing contest about a
group
deity.
Considered by the Southern Poverty Law Center and elsewhere around the world as a hate group.
But it is considered a hate group by the Southern Poverty Law Center.
they've been labeled an anti-Muslim hate group.
The group's president, Pamela Geller, has been accused of being anti-Muslim.
Pam Geller is a political figure who seeks to divide people.
Seeks to divide people, kind of like Muslims or Adam Chowdhury, who's going to speak at the end of this video. You know, he's all about bringing people together under Islam. Otherwise, it's fuck you, get the fuck out of the way.
Pamela Geller is certainly guilty of that.
and the things that she is saying about Muslims are cruel and unfair.
It is offensive. It is hate-mongering. It pollutes our world.
And now this woman wants to draw cartoons or have people draw cartoons to insult the Prophet, knowing full well that this carries the death penalty in Islam.
And that's not what you do in a civilized society with moral integrity.
The fact is that you insulted the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and obviously you knew the consequence.
That causes the death penalty in Islam. We don't do that in a civilized society. Right after they just had Adam Chowdhury saying that it's a death penalty. Drawing a picture is the death penalty in Islam. And we don't do that in a civilized society. Well, if killing people over drawing a picture is something we don't do in a civilized society, why are we having this conversation? But see, these guys are a hate group, but I'm pretty sure they're not like the Black Panthers or the KKK. They're just a hate group, whereas those guys are hate groups. You know, if you don't put the emphasis on the words, they don't have the same meaning, but obviously two different things. I want to say that drawing Muhammad isn't that difficult. If you go on the internet, you do a simple search, type in Muhammad if you can spell it. Because honestly, I misspelled it. Type it in. He comes right up under the images. There's 10 different pictures of him right away. Okay? The cat's out of the bag. Sorry, Muslims. We know what he looks like. Okay. Here's something completely different. This is the Westboro Baptist Church. They are protesting the funeral of a soldier. Okay? Now, what do you think about this? Is this worse than drawing a picture of Muhammad? Or is the soldier's death worse than drawing a picture of Muhammad? I don't know how to look at this. Okay? But I'm going to draw a point from this in a moment. And here you see people protesting a Foo Fighters concert because to the Westboro Baptist Church, they are dirty, devil-worshipping rock. And, you know, I've listened to the Foo Fighters. They're pretty tame. Most of their songs are about being in love and having fun. Good old, clean-fashioned American fun. I mean, I understand that, you know, these super Bible thumpers, just no fun allowed, okay? You listen to your dad, you listen to your mom, you're a slave to your boss, and you have more kids. You listen to your dad, you listen to your mom, you listen to cops, you listen to whoever tells you what to do, because you are God's bitch until you die. I obviously don't agree with this idealism. It's terrible. It's You know, it's like a slight notch above Islam in my book, but equally pretty terrible. So you ask yourself, well, the Foo Fighters, with their millions of dollars from their multi-platinum recording albums, what would they do in this situation? They decide to be silly and put on a little show, and they write a little song, and they dress up like hillbillies, and the song's about men hugging men and all sorts of nonsense like that. But what they really do is they go out there and they make fools of themselves, and they make fools of the people protesting them. Now, who's the bigger fool? Obviously, what they did in essence is they played a trick on these protesters. They gave them something to protest, really. They went out there and they did exactly what the protesters were protesting to give them a reason to protest. Just, you know, they're standing there like, we don't care. You can protest. We're going to do whatever we want. You guys are a laughing stock. You can't stop us. Look at us. If these guys were drawing pictures of Muhammad, they would get shot. Now, the Westboro Baptist Church is pretty terrible, and they constantly picket things. They have their little demonstrations, but they do not shoot people. They are disgusting, and what they do is disgusting. But it's not nearly as disgusting as going out and shooting something for doing something that you don't like, or talking about something you don't believe in, performing actions for others' entertainment that you think worship an all-evil deity. Can you see the comparison here? These people, these Islam people, that what they do is unacceptable. Killing people over drawing a cartoon is unacceptable. Why didn't they act like the Foo Fighters and play a trick on them? Why didn't they hold a Draw Jesus Across the Street contest? Why didn't they hold a draw cartoonists that draw Muslims across the street contest? You know, why didn't they think of anything other than murder? Why was murder the first thing that came to their minds? Why? Because obviously that is what is forefront in their mind. The only way to get people to listen to you is to murder them. Because then it will put other people in fear of being murdered by you, and they will listen to you. I think I made my point. Once again, this is Adam Jensen, hoping for a human revolution. Have a good day.
This is Black Jeopardy. Let's go over to white people for 200.
Your call. White people are always lying about this. Mark.
What is, we don't have any money?
Yes. The truth is, we would have accepted any answer.